Hey Jane, I've got something to tell you. It looks like Kelly has decided to get married. It looks like she's trying to get him to come over to the house. Maybe she wants to introduce her new fiancé to us.
Hey, oh really? Kelly actually wants to go through with it? This must be a blessing in disguise. Wow, she can finally pack her things and move out. Good riddance, I say.
What's that supposed to mean? That she can finally do that? That's true. Tell your true feelings about it, why don't you?
I can't help but do that, to be honest. I'm already so exhausted from Kelly's daily attacks. She's a bit vicious. I'd really appreciate it if she left sooner rather than later. It'll feel like a weight's been taken off my shoulders.
Yeah, she really likes having a go at you, doesn't she? She thinks that because we all live together, that she can do that.
She seems to give me the impression that all high school graduates sit at the bottom of society.
What are you talking about? It doesn't matter about what your educational background is, Jane. I told her that you're a boss and in charge of a lot of people.
You realize that she's not going to believe anything like that, right? I guess she's just making things easier to comprehend. That high school graduates don't accomplish anything and have crappy, low-paying jobs in society. I guess we can't help the way she thinks about things. Her thinking isn't going to change anytime soon.
Well, once she gets married and moves out of the house, she might finally calm down and not hassle you so much.
Yeah, perhaps. Your mother insisted that we both live together, but it doesn't make it right for her to treat me this way in the house. This might be the best time to do that. I'm looking forward to meeting her new fiancé. It's going to be a very interesting conversation.
Right, okay. Talk to her if you can about how you feel. I hope we can give her a proper goodbye so that she'll want to leave and not move back in.
Oh, it's going to be. Don't you worry about that, but there's a lot of things I want to confront Kelly about.
Well, it looks like I'm getting married. You know, I kept telling you to leave, but you didn't listen to me. You decided to ignore me instead. I never thought that I'd have to be the one to move out. This is so annoying.
I haven't got a clue what you're talking about, but I'm not going to be the one who has to leave. Also, congratulations on your marriage. I hope that you do your best by him, and good luck with everything that comes your way. I hope you'll both be happy.
You don't need to tell me to be happy because I already am. I've already got all the luck in the world. You don't have to say such things. I'm not going to be a burden to my husband like you've been. I'm a highly educated woman. We're so different that you're not even on the same level as me. All you're good for is nothing, high school graduate.
Oh, is that so? Please, feel free to tell me everything you know since you're so smart. What's your point here, Kelly? What's so fun about looking down on someone like me? Am I your enemy?
No, I'm just embarrassed that I had to live under the same roof as you, Jane. Don't you understand how highly educated I am? I'm going to invite my fiancé over to our place. I think it's just going to be gross having to meet you face to face. How else am I supposed to explain our differences, huh?
Well, when you introduce me to people, why don't you just say to them that this is the sister-in-law who lives with me? Why do you have to mention my educational background or make me feel so low?
Because otherwise, people wouldn't understand what I'm going through by living with some lowlife. Don't you get that? My fiancé is the son of a company boss, for goodness sake. What the heck happened to you?
Okay, yeah, I've heard about this so many times from you, Kelly. What's that got to do with me exactly?
Okay. You saying that is the reason why high school graduates like you are the bottom of society. You know nothing. I'm inviting him over to our house so that he can meet everyone. Since you're such a lowlife, I might as well introduce you as our house servant.
What the heck did you just say to me? Did you just call me your house servant? Are you kidding me, Kelly?
What else am I supposed to call you? There's no other use for you in this house, so you might as well be a servant, right? The only things you're good at doing is preparing meals and doing the housework. You're more or less a servant.
Now just hold on a minute there, Kelly. Have you always thought of me as your slave since I moved in with Joel and the family?
I don't understand. Am I wrong about you being our servant? You're just Jane, the good-for-nothing house servant.
That's a terrible thing to say to someone who belongs in this family. Why the heck would you call me a servant when I'm not?
Well, you do nothing to contribute to the household, Jane. I need to tell my fiancé that it's okay to use you as a servant. Otherwise, people might assume that our family's ranked at the bottom of society if they knew you were a part of the household.
Nobody would ever think that. You're just a terrible person for calling me that. I am not a servant, nor will I ever be one to you.
Aw, but why? I didn't say anything wrong, did I? Stop denying what you should be doing for our family.
I'm just trying to say that you can't call me that. You're so cruel and never think before you speak.
Look, I don't care what you think of me, Jane. My fiancé's coming over the day after tomorrow. Please leave before he arrives at the doorstep.
I'm not leaving. I'm allowed to be here. I've got the day after tomorrow off, so I think I'll stay at home. I'll just take this opportunity to greet your fiancé. Didn't you say that he's the son of a company president? I don't know what company he works for, but I might be involved with it in the future.
What the heck are you talking about, Jane? Why would a high school graduate get involved with a business that my fiancé will own someday? You're not seriously trying to become some hotshot company boss, are you? That is a dream you'll never achieve.
It's not a dream of mine, Kelly. I actually am a company boss. You obviously don't know me very well.
It's nothing special since almost everyone can become a boss of a company. Personally, I wouldn't want to work for a company where the boss is only a female high school graduate.
Well, I wouldn't want to work for someone like you anyway, Kelly. You don't really give me good team player vibes.
Wait, what? What's that supposed to mean? You don't even own a company, so you can't say something like that.
I don't know how much plainer I can be about the topic, but I suppose I was being rude, wasn't I? Oh well. But it seems like we're trying to say the same sort of thing, so there's no problem. Anyways, I'm looking forward to meeting your fiancé the day after tomorrow. It should be a good time.
I made sure to tell my fiancé about the proper role you have in this household.
What did you tell him about me? What are you even talking about, Kelly? Are you making things up again?
No, of course not. I told him to feel free to use my sister-in-law as a servant since all she's accomplished in life was high school and that's it. If you really don't want to leave the house, then I should be able to call you my servant. You're good for nothing else. I can't help that. Please work hard today as our slave so that we can impress my fiancé when he gets here.
Did you seriously just call me a slave? Don't you know what kind of connotations that brings out nowadays, Kelly? Do you have no shame? I can't believe you're not thinking about what you're saying to me. You can't just call me that.
Why would I have any shame? Come on, Jane. All you are is a good-for-nothing high school graduate. I can call you whatever I like. My sister-in-law has accomplished nothing, and you're also a bad wife. You're nothing but a slave to our family. If you understand what I'm telling you, you'd calm down and work for my family as a servant.
Ugh, you are literally being such a pain, Kelly. It seems like there's no point in saying anything to you anymore. I'll probably end up regretting not saying anything, but that's not my fault, but in a roundabout way it is. It's not fair.
Oh, boo-hoo, Jane. My fiancé, who's the future boss of his company, is coming over to the house now. I'm going to introduce you as a low-ranking house servant instead of my sister-in-law, just a no-good high school graduate.
Wow. Okay, don't hold back, Kelly. I'm still looking forward to meeting the guy. At least he'll see what you're like.
Don't even think about being rude in front of him. Good luck today, slave. You're going to need it with the mess we're going to make of the house.
You know what I'm really looking forward to, Kelly? How long you can keep up this attitude that you've got.
Just hang on a minute. What's going on here? You need to give me an explanation right now. What is the meaning of this?
Wow, it was so funny when your fiancé started shaking when he saw me. It was like he was nervous or something. It seems like it's been a while since I had seen someone get all panicky in front of me. I feel bad for the guy, but it meant that I was able to see something very interesting.
What's interesting? What are you talking about, Jane? Are you making fun of him? Do you have any idea how much you've embarrassed me today? I seriously can't believe this.
I guess it must have been my fault that everyone got so embarrassed. I just so happened to work at the same place as your fiancé. I just so happened to be the president and also was once a good customer of them as well.
There is absolutely no way that that could be true. You definitely would never make it as a boss of a company.
Well, you should be able to tell from the attitude that your fiancé had that it's true, right? He got so mad about how you were treating me that he made you kneel down on the ground and apologize at my feet. And even after that, you still don't think it's true? What's wrong with you, Kelly?
I can't believe what happened. I can't believe that someone would make me kneel on the floor and make me apologize.
Well, so you should have, since you said something that made me fall to the floor in anger. You called me a slave and even told your fiancé about it.
But why should I be the one to have to get on my knees? I hardly did anything wrong. What did I ever truly do to you? I was just speaking the truth.
There's no way that I'm going to help you out with this one if you don't even know what you've done wrong.
Well, you didn't have any right to tell him not to marry me. How could you say that? When you told him that, he immediately wanted to call off the engagement. I'm absolutely devastated. How could you do this to someone?
How could I do what to someone? Speak the truth about how you've treated me? I was just thinking out loud, to be honest.
You're so insensitive. How could you do this to me? What a terrible thing to say to someone's fiancé. What's your problem with me? Why do you always cause me so much trouble? You don't need to say those things. It wasn't necessary. You're just telling lies, aren't you, to make yourself look good?
I'm being insensitive? Really? Even though you called me a slave? What are you even talking about, Kelly? What lies are you even referring to?
It's impossible for a high school graduate to get a top position in a company, so we're obviously talking about someone else, right? I know that you're criticizing my marriage. Why do you have to do that?
I'm sorry you think I'm doing that to you, Kelly. I'm not talking about anyone else but myself here. I'm the one who's the boss of a company, so I don't get why it's so hard for you to believe that.
Are you still going on about this? This conversation's going round and round in circles.
Or did you actually know I was the boss and you just didn't want that to be true because you'd look like such a terrible person for bullying someone, right?
Yes, I did know about it, but I thought that you were more of a self-proclaimed president to make yourself look more important. I can't believe you actually run a company, even though you're only a high school graduate. It makes no sense.
Just because I didn't go to college, it doesn't mean that I can't do anything with my life. You criticize people so much based on their education. It's annoying. Even high school graduates can succeed if they take things seriously and give their chance a good shot like I did. You only seem to care about someone's academic history, and you're so picky when it comes to jobs. You only end up looking like a half-hearted part-time worker. Why do you always have a go at me for my educational background?
How dare you talk to me like that? What are you getting at? You can treat me like this? What do you mean by me being half-hearted?
Even though you register for a position and get dispatched to that position you applied for, you get picky and don't like the way things are done. If you turn around and say it's not a good fit for you, you just quit right away. What a waste of time for the company in hiring you. You frequently quit jobs and blame that it doesn't suit you, but it's because you're lazy and don't want to work. All you want to do is live off of someone else for the rest of your life so you don't have to do hard work.
That's not true at all. You know nothing about me. Stop making up crap about me. You can't say much either.
I work a lot harder than you do, Kelly. Then why don't you explain to me what it is that you do?
All I'm trying to do is find a job that's right for me. I just want to find a job that matches my abilities.
Okay, sure. I guess I should believe you, but I think that's crap, Kelly.
Hey, if there's something that I'm interested in and I like it, I'll stick with it, and I'll do so for a very long time.
My guess is that you'll never find anything you like, and you'll just use others to get what you want.
It's because I'm just too good for all the jobs that I've tried to do, okay? I've got world-class abilities.
Isn't it more to do with just having too high of a standard and thinking you're better than you actually are? Not a question of your abilities.
What are you even on about, Jane? That makes no sense. What's so wrong with having a high standard anyways?
It's not good having such high expectations, Kelly. It makes you look like you're too good for everyone and that you're snubbing them. You don't have any world-class abilities. You're just picky and lazy. This is what happens when you think your ideals are the most important. When are you going to realize that you've got no special abilities and actually just find a job and stick to it?
Rude much? It's not entirely impossible. I just haven't found my exact ability yet, okay? Don't you know that I graduated from a super prestigious university? Doesn't that make me special?
And your point is what exactly? I don't think your university actually matters to probably most people.
Excuse me? What's that supposed to mean? Going to that university makes me special and elite, no?
Okay, yeah, you worked hard to get into a famous university. I'm not going to take that away from you. But does going to a university that's famous really determine if you're going to succeed in life, or be an elite or wealthy? I heard that you quit the company that you joined only a month after graduating from university. Since then, you've been jumping from job to job a lot. How does that make you elite? Don't you want to move up the career ladder? You've got to stay at a job for a long time to do that. All you've done recently is quit your previous job to be a so-called home security guard. What is that anyway? You turn around and say that you can't help with the housework even though you're at home. You don't even do anything like that, which is just lazy, to be honest with you.
How dare you try to make fun of me? At least I try. All you are is a high school graduate. You never went to college like I did. How does that not make me a successful person, huh? I got the best education in the country, if not the world.
Oh, don't talk crap, Kelly. Just because you got into a good school, it doesn't mean you're automatically going to be successful. I might have only graduated high school, but annual income's a lot higher than yours. I do wonder how many times more it is. Your income at the moment is, well, 0, so I can't really calculate it as such. There's absolutely no comparison.
I'm still in the early stages of my life. I've got time to find a really good job. I'm still young, unlike you old hag. If I get married, I'll get rich that way, because I'll marry a man who makes lots of money.
So someone's educational background doesn't matter anymore as long as they make a lot of money?
Shut up, Jane. There's no need to be a smart aleck to me. That's what I plan to do, so I'll do it.
Aw, did that hurt your poor little heart? You're literally a walking contradiction, Kelly. You looked down on me because of my academic history. What makes you think you won't do the same when it comes to looking for a husband? If you think you'll end up getting married, I see no problem with that. Someone's academic history just won't matter anymore, even if it's to find your ideal husband. Okay, I get it. You dare call me a slave, even though I work hard at my company and you do nothing all day. What a load of trash. I guess it causes you so much pain to see how unsuccessful you are compared to me.
Oh, you think you're causing me pain? I can throw it right back at you. What are you going to do for me? What am I supposed to do if my marriage doesn't work out? You need to take responsibility for ruining my relationship with my fiancé. Will you even do that?
Me? Take responsibility? Are you kidding me? I just spoke the truth while you lied through your teeth. Do I really need to take the blame?
Of course you do. You ruined my marriage. I was going to marry that guy, and all you had to do was leave the house, and you didn't. You're at fault here. Because of what you said to him, our marriage is in doubt. You do realize that, right? Say that it's your fault, Jane.
Wow, it really satisfies you to put all the blame on me, doesn't it? Even though I told your fiancé the truth and you told him I'm a slave. Really, Kelly? I'm only responsible for what I said, so you should be too, correct?
Are you kidding me with this crap? What are you trying to say?
You called me, your own sister-in-law, a slave. What a horrible thing to do. And you told him I'm just an outsider.
I don't know which one is more embarrassing, do you?
It's a really stupid and just an inexcusable thing to say to someone who's married into the family. I thought we would get along when I moved in.
Well, there's not much more to say than that. Look, it was wrong of me to call you a slave. It's not like I had any bad intentions. It was just a joke, you know? I don't get why you're so angry about this when all I was doing was teasing you. I know it's not the actual truth. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun since it gets so boring around here sometimes.
I'm not angry about it, just really disappointed that someone would stoop so low to say something like this to another person. There are honestly too many idiots like you in the world that show no remorse and just say whatever they want and forget the other person's feelings. You even told me to leave the house, my own house that I live in with my husband. Why should I have to go? This house is also in my name. My mother-in-law asked me to live with you all, and she let me live here out of compassion. If you want me to leave, then you can tell me that after you've got your own house. You'll know soon enough what it feels like to be kicked out of your own home, okay?
Whoa, just back up a minute. I don't believe that this house is in your name. Why is it in your name?
You really underestimated me. I'm a boss of a company, Kelly. Didn't you know that I'm capable of making decisions like this? You know what? I don't care what you say to me now. Your words don't really hurt me anymore. Please leave the house immediately. You're not welcome here.
Wait, what? Are you for real? Why can't I stay here? Are you seriously kicking me out right now? Are you insane? Are you trying to kick me out onto the streets?
Well, why shouldn't I, considering the way you've been treating me? You deserve it, to be honest.
Don't you know that my marriage is ruined because of you? I've got nowhere to go now. I was going to marry a successor of a company, for goodness sake. You called me a slave, Kelly. You said I was a lowlife who never accomplished anything. I've accomplished more than you, and I didn't even go to college. You were the one who was making up lies and saying things that didn't make sense. You've been the problem this entire time. No matter what way you look at it, it's not my fault at all. I'm the victim in all of this.
I can do what I want in this situation, and
I am telling you to leave this house. But I was going to get married, and now everything's ruined. Where do I go when you kick me out?
I don't know. That's a problem you need to solve on your own. Perhaps find a job that earns you money? You're an awful person, and I never want to have anything to do with you ever again. You've always been a cruel sister-in-law.
You can't just say those sorts of things about me. Please, just wait a minute, Jane. What did my brother say about this?
He said that he's very disappointed in your behavior towards me. He finds it disgusting.
I don't understand. Why would he say something like that to his little sister? He's always said nice things about me.
Well, he's no longer wearing his rose-tinted glasses anymore. He sees you for what you truly are, which is rude and cruel. Don't you remember calling me a slave or something? Do you have short-term memory loss, Kelly? No one in this house wants you here. You're officially cut off. Don't even think that you can come back into the family. You've ruined your chances of doing that.
Please, no! You can't kick me out. I'm the baby of the family. Please don't cut me off. I'm sorry for what I said to you. Don't do this. I'll make up for it.
It's too late for that, Kelly. You blew it. Anyways, I've got things to do. Goodbye. Good luck finding a job. You'll need one to survive. I hope you've learned your lesson. In the end, Kelly's marriage fell apart and apparently was kicked out of the house not long after that. Kelly went crying to Jane and Joel and her parents, but she was only lectured to, and they ignored her pleas to move back in. They told her that she had gone too far this time. They told her that she couldn't rely on them again and was kicked out of the family home. Kelly left the house and had no choice but to live on the streets. She got herself lost wandering the streets of the city and thought about how dumb she was. It seemed that she finally realized how bad her words were, but even so-called elite people like her don't get their own way all the time. She was disappointed that she couldn't get a decent job or find a house to live in. She's currently working part-time as a live-in worker to make ends meet. It seems like she's not living a life of a successful person. It's the result of her own actions. She got too snobby for her own good.